What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Let's Play. This one, I promise, will be shorter than the last one. We're gonna play some Resogun today. One of my favorite games of all time. It's one of the best games. It's my favorite. I just love this game. And I'm gonna play some survival mode. I'm gonna play as my favorite ship, the Nemesis, which is a game-created ship. Now you can create your own ships, which is really exciting. I played the Resogun Heroes, which is what survival and the character creation, all that. I played that 5 seconds after it came out. I was right there. I was ready. It was so exciting. Right here in the beginning, it's really kind of boring, honestly. Right here in the beginning, it's really kind of boring, honestly. Especially when you get farther into the game. The system for Resogun, usually, you playing and like. The system for Resogun survival goes by days, if you didn't know. So there's like 3 bosses within a day. You create a boss, it goes to day 1, part 1, day 1, part 2, day 1. This game is just so interesting. See, here's the first boss, and I just killed him so easy. This game is just so interesting. See, here's the first boss, and I just killed him so easy. First one, at least. You start with these first days, and it just gets really boring. You start with these first days, and it just gets really boring. Once you get later into the days, once you get into like day 3 and day, once you get later into the days, once you get into like day 3 and day, when you get to day 5 and stuff like that, and you're going after that reach day 5 trophy. For this Heroes expansion, that's when it gets really annoying when you come back to even this two bullet shots. It's kind of boring. Now, this game, being very near and dear to my heart, this is the second game I owned on my PlayStation 4, which, I mean, it's always exciting to get new games, and I had this game and the Lego Movie video game. I had both those games, just those two, for a really, really long time. And, that's when trophy hunting kind of took its toll on me, because I had nothing to do. I'm like, well, why not go for trophies, And this was my first platinum. We got another supercharge here. My first platinum, I platinumed it with one of my very good friends, Shrose 9000 is his gamer tag. It was really, really exciting. So much pressure. It took us months to beat it. So much, just so many things that you had to do, and the best part about it was we deemed that I had 2 trophies left, he had 1 trophy left. We deemed that these trophies were I'm just gonna use a bomb, were meant to be done by ourselves. We could not do them together. It was you had to beat the whole game, all 5 levels of arcade mode, the whole arcade. You had to beat that without losing all of your lives on the second hardest difficulty. Not the second hardest, the second difficulty, which is experienced. And it was just, we had just tried so much. Oh, there goes a human. It was just so much work, and we were like, alright, we have to do this by ourselves. And, I had that, and as well as getting the 15 multiplier. I had both those left, and he just had that one. And we're like, well, we gotta just do it. I got that trophy, and he was mad, because that was all he needed, but I still needed 1 more, and it was one of those moments where it's just like, hey, this is possible. And then, pretty soon, I think on his next turn even, he beat it on experienced difficulty. And it was just so much. He was just so excited. And then all I had left was to get like a 15 multiplier. And, I did that my first or second try, and it was just so exciting. And to this day, it's his only platinum trophy, so it was pretty awesome. Yes, this game is really fantastic. It's really fun, it's really addicting. And even though there's only 5 story mode levels, I guess, arcade, there's so many different things to do in this game. The thing is, though, it's kind of it gets repetitive almost, but repetitive in the sense that the more repetitive it gets, the better you are and the more fun it is. Because, like, in all those 5 arcade levels, I knew when all the bosses were coming. I knew okay, at the beginning of the 5th level, you gotta go really, really fast because there's these things coming around the corner. You know the levels, and you know how to beat them. And that was partially the frustrating part, is that you knew how to beat these levels, but you just couldn't do it. You get to that, there goes my shield. You get to those final levels after those enemies you faced thousands of times, and you know how to handle them, but you just can't. That was the frustrating part, because the thing about it was you had to play the entire arcade mode in one try, because that's how you had to save all the humans within the levels in order to, be able to build up the typical number of lives that you needed. You needed, how many? I don't know. You needed probably 3 or 4 lives going, and I'm dead. Well, you needed at least 3 or 4 lives going into that final stage and that final round, and it was kind of just like, it was really intense and really, I don't know, it was just really nerve-wracking because you could get there, like, oh no, I only have 3 lives, can I do it? And then you get through that entire level and you only lost 1 life, and it's crazy. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You saw all that hectic gameplay that I was just doing, and then we get to this little boop, 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 just the one-shots. It's just, that's the only thing that I believe I have ever stopped playing this game, is because it's just so demoralizing. Because this is just, and the worst part is that I'll play this sometimes and I'll die, even before this moment right here, 10, 15, 20 seconds into the first level. Even before you get the first 3 humans to upgrade your weapons. That's what's antagonizing about this game. Is just, you go from hectic craziness, you're like, alright, next time we'll make it farther. But it's another 5 or 10 minutes of working to get there, to even surpass that. So I think in my opinion, I think it's safe to say that this is my favorite PlayStation 4 exclusive game. It's definitely also my favorite, like, arcade style, $20, typical kind of game, not big budget game. Besides the fact that it's such a great game, it was free as the free exclusive of a month. That's how I got it. It was the PlayStation Plus free game of the month. And that was just the super exciting part about it, was that there's this free game that looks really cool. And it's, it just looks fun. And you start playing it and you're like, wow, this is pretty fun. I was horrible to start. Like, I was just god awful. It was so bad. I would probably already be dead. I would have lost at least 3 lives by this point when I first started. But that's how it goes. I mean, you're starting a new video game. Everyone's bad at their first go at Assassin's Creed or their first time in a new game. Because it's not about, oh, I know how to play video games. It's about getting used to the game's personal mechanics. I feel like that's one of the reasons that people are bad at certain video games, especially when they start, is like Battlefield and Call of Duty. You can't be good at Battlefield and be good at Call of Duty if you just, I play Battlefield 18 hours a day, and you go and play Call of Duty. I mean, the mechanics are different, I assume. I haven't played too much of either, but most games are different. Most games don't share exactly the same mechanics, unless you're talking about Shadow of Mordor and Assassin's Creed, because they're basically the same game with different characters, different plots. Some people laugh at that, but yeah, this game is so great. I would suggest buying it. We're still going. We're still trucking along. This is gonna be my last attempt. I'm hoping 3 attempts will be good. What you didn't see in between was me dying in the first 30 seconds of about 6 of these. I've been on a horrible streak lately, and this is the farthest I've been in about 4 or 5 attempts, which is not very good. I just want to emphasize how much fun this game is. You know, once you really get rolling, my eyes are just burning with such. I mean, the graphic. Well, I died in day 1, part 3. So, guys, that's Resogun, and this is honestly probably one of my favorite games. This game is so great, and I definitely suggest you picking it up. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.